Lumos Maximus. Hey, sad and bored. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here investigating your favorite movies. Why is everything tilted? And today I am going to do a movie review on Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, the fifth one. So I realized not that I realized the government announced that the DSEs are postponed for 4 weeks. So now I have time to finish up my Harry Potter movie review series. So here we go at the fifth movie, The Order of Phoenix. And we are officially at the second half of the franchise because there are 8 movies and this is the fifth one, and we have stepped into the second half. And from this movie on until the last one, the director is David Yates. And that is probably the reason why there is such a change in tone and atmosphere. And this is the reason why there is such a change in tone and atmosphere for this movie and the rest of the movies. First of all, it feels way darker and way more mature, but not in a very magical, strange, enchanted way like in Prisoner of Azkaban, directed by the great Alfonso Cuarón. But this one feels more grim, more depressing, more realistic as well, less flowery and flashy like the first 2 movies, less choppy and inconsistent as the fourth movie. And I actually really like the tone of this movie as well because, again, you grow up, well, at least I grew up watching Harry Potter, and around movie 5, I have started to mature, and this movie also matured along with me, so I think it's a friggin' fantastic choice. Anyways, the plot is basically one day before the school started, Harry Potter and Dudley, his cousin, were in some sort of park, and Dudley and his gang of bullies bullied some kids and decided to bully Harry Potter as well. And then suddenly Dementors came out of nowhere and started to attack Harry Potter and Dudley, and Harry Potter decided to whip out his wand and expecto patronum the 2 Dementors away. But because he used magic in the Muggle world, in the real world, so the Ministry of Magic is angry and they decided to expel Harry Potter from Hogwarts. So there is a trial afterwards. Harry Potter went to the Ministry of Magic. I think this is the first time where we actually get to see the Ministry of Magic because this movie is actually kind of political, quite possibly the most political out of all the Harry Potter movies. And that is also one of the reasons why I like this movie so much. Anyways, Harry Potter went to the Ministry of Magic. He had to attend the trial. He is basically the person who's accused, and the person who's defending him is none other than Mr. Dumbledore. And it was an eventful trial. And we are also introduced to a character by the name of Dolores Umbridge. Oh my gosh, I hate her. Anyone who has read the books and saw the movies know for a fact that, yeah, the Dudleys, they suck ass. Draco Malfoy, he sucks ass. Voldemort, he's terrible. But the person who we want to see get hurt the most is Dolores Umbridge. She's this woman who is very corrupt, who abuses her power as an official in the Ministry of Magic, who was sent to Hogwarts as a teacher to infiltrate Hogwarts and control Hogwarts because she's in the ministry and she has this condescending giggle like and it just it's so, I hate her with all the bones in my body. And she sets up all these rules and she forces people, oh, you can't kiss in the hallway. Oh, you didn't tuck your shirts. And she wanted to fire Emma Thompson Professor Trelawney, even though it wasn't under the approval of Dumbledore. She's just such a bitch. I hate her. Anyways, back to the story. Of course, Harry Potter at the end didn't get expelled from Hogwarts. He continued in Hogwarts while at the same time with Dolores Umbridge being one of the teachers in Hogwarts trying to infiltrate. So instead, Harry Potter decided to form an army called the Dumbledores Army with a bunch of other students in order to fight back this corrupt system of ministry in Dolores Umbridge. So they secretly went into the room of requirement, which only shows up when you require it, which is really awesome. And in the room of requirement, they practiced magic. There was a lot of training. There's this whole training montage, which I'm not too crazy about, but I think it's pretty wholesome. And there are also other stuff in this movie, but such as the Ministry trying to, I guess, claim that Dumbledore is crazy and try to arrest Dumbledore. Also, Harry Potter is having visions and dreams now that Voldemort is stronger than ever, and that Voldemort actually shares a bit of more like a bit of Harry Potter's mind is connected to Voldemort's mind, so Harry Potter would see visions. And so there is that, and Severus Snape, had to teach Harry Potter how to defend himself, how to block people from reading his minds. And these are private lessons called occlumency lessons. And these scenes are so emotionally traumatic. They are so psychological. And at first, whenever Severus Snape does his occlumency spell at him, more like a reading mind spell, Harry Potter's like, and then one time Harry Potter backfired because he was just so frustrated, and instead Harry Potter read Severus Snape's mind, and that just adds even more character depth to Severus Snape's very complex character, and I appreciate that. And at the end we also have a climax, which I like a lot. I want to talk about the character of Luna Lovegood because before I rewatched this movie, I thought she's in Hogwarts the whole time, or I guess she is, but she was never an actual character. Now she's a character, and now that I've rewatched it, she is an awesome character. I think she is in my top 3 most underrated Harry Potter characters, which are, of course, Neville Longbottom, Severus Snape, who is the best character, still underrated, and Luna Lovegood. I don't know why. I feel like I can be Luna Lovegood's friend, because she's the very weird, quirky person who keeps a stone face whenever she says something weird or quirky, and she's just a really interesting character, and the way she delivers her lines very nonchalantly is somewhat hilarious as well. And again, Dolores Umbridge, I friggin' hate her. The scene where the Weasley twins, Fred and George, they set a bunch of fireworks, and one of the fireworks became a dragon, and it just burned the heck out of Dolores Umbridge. Hell yeah, I wanted more though. The opening of this movie has this weird dreamy quality to it, because if you think about it, we don't see much of the Muggle world actually. So whenever we are in the Muggle world, it's almost like we are in a fever dream, which is really nice. There's actually another scene here where Harry Potter and Arthur Weasley, basically Ron's dad, had to go to the Ministry of Magic, but via the real world. So they had to take the subway, and Arthur Weasley is like, whoa, oh my gosh, what is this? And it's a really cool reflection on how aliens would see our world, I guess. Like, wow, this is really strange, but when we look at it ourselves, it's actually really normal. Of course, I love the climax of this movie. The ending is crazy. It's just three battles, but they're so tightly connected to one another, and they're all equally fantastic and intense and suspenseful. Uh, the battle at first in the room of prophecies in the Ministry of Mysteries. Wow, Department of Mysteries. Wow, that was an epic fight now that I've rewatched it. And then at the end, we have the Dumbledore versus Voldemort, which is even more epic. And I love how, for the entire scene, there is little to no music at all. It's just sound effects. It's almost like a display of special effects prowess with different sound effects. It is glorious. And at the end, somehow the people of the ministry arrived and saw Voldemort, and Voldemort's like, "Oh shit!" and then he disappeared. And the Fudge, Cornelius Fudge, the guy who runs the ministry, he's like, "Okay, he's back. Okay, Dumbledore's not lying. Okay," and which is a really cool ending, I guess. Originally, I didn't enjoy this movie a lot, because in my memory, I think this movie is really slow paced in comparison to the previous movies, and it feels way more realistic and in a mundane way. But actually, now that I've rewatched it, it grew on me so much because there's so much subtlety and nuance in this movie that just makes this movie so much better. And again, the ending of this movie is crazy. And I also really like the production design of this movie. I forgot to mention the design of the ministry is beautiful. It's almost like there are gothic inspirations in the production design, which is really cool, but they made it more magical at the same time. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this movie. I think it's one of the better ones of the franchise. Now that I've rewatched it, I'm saying that Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix is a movie worth watching, and I am giving it a strong 8 out of 10. So, have you watched Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix from 1 to 10? How much you rate it? Like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more. And thanks for watching. I will review the rest of the movies, and I will also review one other movie.